Welcome back to another episode of Disaster Sewing. So today we're going to be doing a square. So we're going to do a square. We're actually going to do a pot holder. Um, so as always, we're going to attempt to sew a straight line and attempt to stay in the seam allowance. We're going to see how this goes. I've already cut out my 9 by 9 square of fabric and my insulated batting. This is the batting that's specific for anything that's going to be, encountering heat. I also did my 2 by 5 little piece of fabric, the little hook thing that goes at the end of the pot holder so you can hang it if you want to. I don't know what it's called. I got that done. I did my little fabric batting. It's batting, fabric, fabric, batting. That's the sandwich. And as always, I'll link the video that I'm using in the description box below. So if you want to make this, you can go into far greater detail than would go into. Um, Again, I have no business teaching anyone on the internet how to sew. We're on the struggle bus over here, and it's uh, it's not pretty. We have to, as per usual, you're going to leave an opening about 2 to 3 inches so you can turn it. I probably make this bigger. Um, so you can flip it. I'm gonna hopefully do a quilting stitch. She shows some examples of some more complicated quilting stitches, but the one that I liked the most is just an X, just across. I think we can handle that. I think we can do that. So the last time I had to sew with this many layers, it got really out of hand and was all over the place. So to say that I'm nervous is an understatement about how this is going to turn out. Because I have the fabric just has this tendency to like push, the batting will start to move and get pushed to the side. And then I just don't know how to keep it all together in the little sandwich. And I know the clips are supposed to help with that, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong to prevent that, from happening. So we're gonna, oh, first we have to sew our little guy because we have to tuck him into the sandwich. Um, so I'm gonna show you here. So I got it and it's straight, and I did not, as terrified as I was, go off. I didn't veer off. Um, but they're not equal. I'm sure someone who knows what they're doing would have made this look a lot straighter, but don't care. All right, so we're just gonna pick a random corner and you tuck your little friend in the sandwich. Raw sides, she said, sticking out. Oh, that's gonna be really thick. Oh my god. Still terrified to break a needle, guys. Still like one of my greatest sewing fears. If anyone has broken a needle, can you tell me the story of how it broke? And I mean, I guess if you're commenting, you survived, but I would be interested to know, what your needle broke on, what were you trying to sew that happened to you? And was it as scary as I'm thinking that it's going to be? All right, it's 1/4 of an inch in, but we all know that that is just a mild suggestion for Kelly. Because we all know that I am gonna be 3/8 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. We're gonna be all over the place, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. I did wrong, but it got stuck. Well, you can't see it because it's white fabric, but do you see that? Look at that. I don't know why it did that. I mean, I guess I can just pick up where I left off, and now that I've, you know, it's no longer stuck, I think I can resume. At least I hope I can. Um, yeah, I don't know why it did that. That's so weird. All right. We're gonna attempt to, I think I fixed the machine. We're going to resume and try to finish this. Oh, guys, it was not supposed to be this hard. Why am I so on the struggle bus? Oh my God. I don't know. Let me show you what happened. It like skipped. Like, well, also I forgot to put the presser foot forgot the presser foot, whatever. I forgot to put the foot down. And so I was just sewing along happily. And as you can see, the stitches are, it's like guitar strings. All right, well, we'll start again. I've also had to rethread my machine so many times. I don't know why it keeps doing that. And I know like you're not supposed to like pull the thread backwards. I'm trying to be like as gentle as I can. I don't know why it keeps coming undone. Does that happen to you a lot where the machine just unthreads itself? Is that a common occurrence or is it just me? All right. We, as per usual, did not stay in the steam allowance. You can see there. And then we did okay, but then we had all those hiccups and we did bad there and there. All right. Well, let's trim the bulk. You know what I think it could be too is that I am not gonna say I'm not a patient person, but I think what I like about at least crochet anyways is that I can like sit on the couch, put on a show or a game where Yankees, Rangers, Knicks, Giants fans here. I mean, the Giants are total losers right now, so maybe not so much them. Um, but I could sit on the couch and just kind of like, veg out, but still do something. I think with sewing, it's been so weird for me to kind of just sit in the, dining room all by myself. And so that's not the kind of person I am. So I think I'm rushing. And I think that that's part of my problem. I need to, I think sewing is one of those types of hobbies that you have to, and I did not make this opening big enough. I can feel it. um, it's one of those types of hobbies that you really have to take your time and be very mindful. And I am not that person. I just want to get it done. Didn't really pay attention to the directional print that I had, and I didn't mess that up. um, and to be honest, I give myself such a hard time about not staying within the seam allowance because I do want to sew clothing eventually, and I know, I have to get better at that. But nobody, when they see this, is going to know that everything on the inside is all crooked and messed up. I'm gonna go press this real quick because the next step is to tuck the hole in, and top stitch the entire four sides, and then do the quilted stitch, you know, the X that I'm gonna do across it, which who knows, maybe no one will even really notice it, but I'm gonna do it because I want it to be fancy. Okay. All right, BRB. All right, so we're gonna sew our little friend all the way around. And it's really, oh my God, it's so chunky. And she uses in the video, she doesn't switch the foot out to a walking foot. Mm, God. Okay. I always promised you that I would be honest with you all about my mistakes. It's so thick and bulky that I couldn't like get to the edge. And so instead of sealing the hole closed, it's just um, you know, and so I don't know what I mean, I guess I could try to you know, I could hand sew that shut. I guess I could do that. Um and again, I had problems with everything sliding. Um this doesn't look so bad. This is probably the side that looks the best. But even then, in this corner, I had issues turning. All right, well, let's do our fancy schmancy X. Well, as I got my fancy schmancy X um going right there. Yeah. um I I feel like I know you're gonna get sick and tired of me saying this, but do I have a pot holder? I do. I do. So we're gonna consider this a win, even though we have that to still contend with and crooked stitches. But you know, my baking is really ugly, but it tastes good. And so maybe that's what my sewing's like. It's gonna look bad, but be functional. Oh, well, we got another project under our belt, guys. Thank you as always for watching the disaster sewing. Please leave me any tips or advice or suggestions that you may have for me. I need it. I really, really desperately need it. And have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend. And I'll see you next week. Bye.